Morning. Wednesday, 16th of December. Let's get on with the morning daily candlestick analysis. Euro sitting at this wall of resistance, 121.55 to 75. I've spoken about it the last couple of days. You can see it's pretty much been the resistance every day since testing it back here on December 3. So obviously going to be a tough obstacle to overcome, and just above it is 122.15, which was previous support back in 2018. You have to look back on the monthly to see any kind of resistance for this pair. Should this area get rejected, then look towards the slow and fast moving averages, and also this trend line, which has provided support on two occasions. So if we get a retracement back to here, I imagine that this will be a line in the sand for the bulls, and if we get below that, then the breakout area of 120 that acted as support a number of times before we broke through. And if you want to look for a big retracement, then this area here of 119.20 is could also become support. In the way of news, there's nothing really on the cards. I'm just having a quick look now. Some market services PMIs, but nothing in some ECB speakers, US retail sales today at 1:30, and the FOMC interest rate decision later on today with the press conference. So that is pretty big. So yeah, be trading as normal up until 4 p.m. and then if we get some kind of unexpected decision from the Fed, then this might be enough to push euro through this wall. We probably might even get a test of that in the morning. Well, we are currently testing it, but we might get a rejection or something. Let's have a look at the hourly. Hourly is just a complete mess for me. In a range here from 120.42 or 120.60, and then you can see these this wall of resistance here around 121.75. So we're currently trading around that area now. But yesterday was an absolute chop fest for the euro, and the day before pretty much. So not expecting fireworks for this pair up until Christmas anyway. But let's see what the Fed do tonight, and take it from there. Right, so let's move off the euro now. Cable, big day yesterday. It's a huge bounce from this 133 area. This acted as support and resistance a few times. So a really important level. And yesterday we had a big bullish day, and shot up over 150 pips. So a big day for cable yesterday. I think there's going to be an agreement soon between the European Union and the UK over Brexit, just thrashing out the last bits and pieces over fishing and everything else. So I'm sure it's going to drag on until the deadline, which is in January. So let's see what happens there. But this is a very interesting area for cable because of this this decade-long trend line, which if you go back to the monthly chart, you'll be able to see if a close above 135 there will look really bullish for the pound, and we might get a a move to recover some of those losses over the 10 years. So this is, although we've been pretty messy here, this is big on the longer time frame charts for cable. If we have a look at the hour, hour's been choppy as well, but it hasn't been as bad as euro to trade. It's been okay. As you can see, we're getting these nice breaks, even though we there's all these kind of like spikes in between. So there has been some losses, but also all the moves on cable have been pretty good. Should you have been lucky enough to get the timing right. This morning looks like the range has already been broken overnight, so might have to hold on and wait for a trade. But this kind of resistance area about 130, 135 might act as resistance again this morning. So let's see what happens. UY, I said a few days ago that, let's just increase this. I said a few days ago that if we didn't get any follow through on this pin bar, especially after this false breakout of this support, then it's likely that we were going to turn back down and retest it. And it didn't even wait for a day to push up. The bears absolutely recovered those gains from the bulls and rejected that pin bar. And these kind of bars, especially if we go a few pips above the close of that daily pin bar, then I expect a lot of stops to be below here, and also the bears to come and push us down to 103. So yeah, technically it looks set up for a push lower in UY, and just letting you know how I look at price action, because after this kind of candle, you would expect the bulls to at least want to try the top of the range, or even this this kind of trend line that was going up. If we have a look on the hourly chart, you might be able to see it a bit better. Yeah, so this is this is obviously the recovery from the bulls, and you can see no momentum, not much anyway. And then as soon as we managed to close below this support area, it's been nothing but one-way traffic overnight. And yesterday and overnight we did the same kind of thing. Yeah, this was the trend channel I had marked up. So you'd expect the bulls to at least have that as the target. And because we didn't do that, the rotation was lower. So UY, really good to trade at the moment. But obviously dollar weakness is pulling apart the yen pairs as well. So GY and EJ being a little bit tougher. But this is why we have all these markets for diversification, and when one's not moving, usually something's got to move. So usually you manage to get around the others. GJ. GJ, unlike cable, has yet to test this resistance area around 140, 140, 25, 140, 35, this kind of area. And I think we can get rid of this. I'll just leave it on for the time being. Oh, excuse me. This kind of trend line here. This support was important. We closed below it, which should be a sign for a further push down, perhaps towards this trend line. But GY completely recovered on the Sunday evening open. It rallied 130, yeah, over 100 pips. And yesterday, I forgot to mention this on the on cable, but there was this huge gap open on Sunday, and bears failed to close it. Tested it again yesterday, and since then, because we even failed to break the support area, we pushed higher yesterday. Although this move wasn't as good as the rising cable, there's still some support area, resistance areas to break through. A lot of room up here to support to target. So let's see what happens with cable. But this gap not being filled is a big bullish sign for me, and I think we're going to continue to push higher. EY, well, if you compare this chart to the one we just looked at, it's as Al Brooks used to call this, complete barbed wire. Stay away. It's impossible to trade breakouts on this. I mean, maybe this is one. I mean, it comes back. Yeah, if you really squint for long enough, you might see a trade here. But for me, there's nothing here until we break this support area, which we're testing at the moment. So this could be a nice move. 126, big round number, might be a place to put your stop loss, or maybe you want to be a bit more conservative and put it up here for a break of these lows down here. But when the market has been consolidating for this long, I'm quite wary of breaks and false breaks and closes back inside the range. Usually you get one in a tight range like this before the market chooses to go the other way. So just might want to keep it on a tight leash, but this is a big support level that EY is testing at the moment. So I'll be looking at that. But inside that range, no bueno. As you can see, it's like the perfect range, but a mess to trade inside of it. So a break below this, and I think we get a retest of this resistance area, 125. That might become support, but like I just said, be wary of a false breakout and a push to continue this uptrend higher. AU, since breaking this 74 handle, has been on an absolute tear up, consolidating for the last couple of days of this week, but it looks like likely to break the high and continue the momentum upward. This has been a monster year for the Aussie dollar. A lot of US dollar weakness, but to be fair to the Aussie, is climbed up over. Well, let's have put the measuring tool on it. Yeah, is that right? Over 2,000 pips this year from its low. Sorry, I think we sold off. Excuse me. I think we sold off. This is March. Yeah, sold off 1,400 pips, and then and now we're trading 600 pips above the yearly open. So a huge kind of pin bar on AU. So technically going into next year, it's looking good if you're long Aussie dollar. The exact opposite for UC. Again, more dollar weakness. Since breaking this 129.50 handle, we have been selling off in dollar CAD. As you can see, this kind of trend channel has become true last week or so. No sign of recovery yet. If we check out the hourly chart, any push higher from the bulls is rejected straight away by the bears. Another one here, and you can see. So this one is another recovery. It's the third time or fourth time they're going to try. Resistance to be 127.50 around that area. which has kind of been a pivotal level these last week or so. Also, I've got marked up this trend line, which was respected again on Monday after this big push higher. And you can see this kind of traded three times, tested it three times before this big sell-off and consolidation, and we tested again to the pip, and then sold off again. So before, at least until we have a close above this on the hourly, I think the downward trend is still intact. Let's just have a quick look at gold. Bit of a messy chart here. Big recovery on Tuesday, early Tuesday morning. Yesterday we had a little range and a pop higher, and then a retest of the breakout area, put in this bullish pin bar, and we continued the uptrend. Here we're kind of selling off. This morning is another kind of range put on this trend line, which I'll show you on the daily now. Yeah, this trend line, which has been important in the past. We had this false break above it, and then another retest, and we tested it last week again. So and we currently tested it this morning. So let's see what happens here. If we can close above that, and maybe this 1863 area, which has been a bit of a support area in the past and resistance. If we can close above that, then I think we test the other side of this trend channel in gold, and close outside of this on the daily might send us higher towards the 2020 highs. FTSE, we had a test of 6,505, was it? Yeah, 6,505 yesterday. Found support off there, although the bounce wasn't that big. There's also this double top that we broke through, which could become support if we get down there as well. So in between this kind of support area, looks like a good move to for bulls to get in to push higher. So let's see what happens with the FTSE. Anyway, it's almost 8 o'clock, so time to start trading. Good luck with your trading. Speak to you later.